Can you believe it? Just two ordinary nuts like these can be turned into a simple DIY antenna that actually works. In this video I'll show you how. Grab two nuts and let's get started. I've got a 1-to-2 signal splitter, which makes it easy to attach the signal receivers on these two ends. The remaining port connects straight to a coaxial cable and you're good to go. The plan is already laid out. Just trust me, we're on the right track. For the signal receiving part, we'll keep things simple. I'm going to cut this cable into two pieces. You might be wondering what this cable is for. It's actually very useful for signal transmission. And using it to carry the signal from the receiver is a smart and practical choice. Using two metal nuts as the main signal receiving element of an antenna is not a random or experimental idea. In fact, it's a choice that's quite logical and scientifically grounded. Metal has the ability to interact with and conduct electromagnetic signals. When the nuts are positioned correctly and connected properly, they can function as an effective signal receiving element. So in this setup, using two nuts as the primary receiver is a simple and practical solution that still follows basic antenna principles. To make the received signal more focused and stable, I use double-sided tape to bring the two receiving elements of this DIY antenna closer together. When the receiving parts aren't spread apart, the signal can converge into a single point, which helps reduce signal loss and unwanted interference. Simply put, a more concentrated receiving area means a cleaner signal path and better overall performance. It's a simple solution, but it makes a noticeable difference. Hot glue is extremely useful when you need to secure parts firmly together. If you already have a hot glue gun at home, this is the perfect time to use it. Quick, simple, and very convenient. At this point, the basic structure of the DIY antenna is already complete. Now, all that's left is to add a signal wire, so the signal can be carried back in a stable and reliable way. And this here is coaxial cable, something I use quite often in projects that involve signal transmission. It has a central copper core surrounded by insulation, a shielding layer, and an outer protective jacket. Thanks to this layered structure, coaxial cable can carry signals stably, while minimizing interference and signal loss. In antenna systems, it's a very common choice because it delivers the received signal back to the device accurately and reliably. Simply put, if you want the signal to travel where it should, with less noise and better control, coaxial cable is almost the standard solution. At this stage, I'm terminating one end of the coaxial cable. by installing a straight F connector, so it can connect directly to the DIY antenna unit. On the other end of the cable, I add another straight F connector, followed by a 90-degree F connector, which makes the connection to the TV much cleaner and more convenient. This setup helps prevent cable strain, while keeping the connection secure and stable during use. Before connecting the device to the TV, I want everyone to verify one thing first. At this moment, the TV is showing no signal, so we can clearly see the difference after we connect the DIY antenna. After just a few seconds, the screen has already picked up a TV signal. It looks promising so far. But let's not jump to conclusions yet, we'll give it a bit more time. We've been waiting for a while now, and nothing unusual has happened. So I'm going to unplug the cable, then plug it back in once more to see if anything changes. And at this point you can clearly see it for yourself. From very simple materials, even things that seem insignificant, we can still build a DIY antenna that actually works in real life. There's no magic involved here. It's simply about understanding the basics, choosing the right components, and taking the time to build, test, and verify the results. DIY doesn't always need to be complicated or expensive. What really matters is being willing to try, being okay with making mistakes, and trusting that small ideas can deliver solid results when they're applied the right way. If you found this video useful, feel free to like and follow the channel to support my work. There are plenty more practical projects waiting for us ahead.